Well, good afternoon, everybody. Kind of an exciting day or evening yesterday. Looks like two Lees in a pod got something going there. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, it was a surprise to a few out there, I suppose. And looks like it was an accumulation of a lot of hard work. A lot of rumors going around about it. I kind of laughed a little bit at some of the innuendos and the how it happened and all that stuff out there. And it's kind of like a card game when you're dealt cards. That game of chance that you take setting down to the game is in your hands. So anyway, the reason I came on here today, I actually had somebody come on my channel, and they kind of, I've made no excuses about being here. I enjoy coming on the channel. I've told everybody I don't make so much as a nickel on this thing. It's just a hobby, and that I'm satisfied with not making anything. And it's just something that I was enjoying. I've had a channel for over 10 years, and I fooled around with it a little bit. I got tired here and there, and I'd let it drop. I never really spent much time doing it. And as you know, I don't have the kind of equipment that it takes to be a success in the YouTube land. I mean, this is just a computer here, a $19 microphone, and I got this off from Amazon. Okay. Matter of fact, I actually own a couple of them, just in case one breaks. But then this, I don't know, it was either $9.95 or $19.95 for these. I've had them quite a while. They're just cheap earphones. That's all they are. They actually work pretty good, but they're very cheaply made. They're not made for longevity, and the quality is okay, but it's nothing compared to what most people on here will have. Now, I bought other mics. I mean, I've got one I can set on a desktop or whatever I want to do. And he kind of alluded to the fact that here I am, I'm out in the garage. And I've had a few people say, well, gee, your wife don't let you in the house. And, they make a few remarks. And some of them say it in jest, and some of them are very serious. But this guy, I think he was serious about that. He kind of accused me of wanting to have the dreams that Jeremy does, that I would like to have his money. And that's the reason I'm out here on this computer out in my garage, because if I had the money, I would be somewhere else doing this, and maybe I'm not sure what his whole reasoning was, because he was kind of like maybe lowering my existence in this garage. And this garage is my work place. If I was to try to replace what was in here, okay, not counting the garage, the money that was spent on tools and equipment and books and materials, and there's very little that I can't do in here. And I've got several hobbies in here. I've got a couple of EV RC planes right up here. I've got RC cars that I messed with years ago. I've still got them. I haven't had them out in a long time. I've had helicopters and small ones, RC. I'm an RC nut when it comes to stuff. I've always had small airplanes from the time I was about 10, 11 years old. I used to build them when I was a kid. I even took a course in aeronautical design years ago, shortly after I got out of service. And I really enjoyed it. I took mechanical design. I'm a nut when it comes to fooling with things like that. And I've got a couple of antique motors gasoline engines sitting down here that one of them was in a basket, and I completely rebuilt it and put it together. And it's got a little handle on it. It's a cast iron motor. You pull on the handle to crank it up. It's just something that it was late 40s or something like that. That was auxiliary motor. I've got generators in here, and so if I wanted something more, I guess I could have it. And then I guess my biggest fear, if any, would be that the government don't take what I've got away from me. And in the last few years, the stock market's jumped all over the place, and interest rates have too. When the interest rates go up, it actually helps me because I've got CDs out there as well, and there for a while I was involved with bonds, but I've more or less into stock. It's up and down, but one day you've got a few bucks, and the next day you're headed towards the basement. But it all works out because I didn't put anything in one basket, or I have my stuff spread out enough so that the economy, when it whips like that, it goes down one place and up in the other. It pretty much is there somewhere so that you can still bring home the bacon. And yes, I collect Social Security, and my wife and I can live on Social Security. I mean, we don't need any other income. If it really came down to it and I lost everything, we would still be fine. I have Medicare, and I have supplemental insurance as well. So I'm not worried too much about whether, the affordability of medical care. It still is a big expense because of the insurances. We both have separate policies, but the policies are the same cost each. But when you add them together, they're still more than what a policy cost me when I was working. So, we pay our way, is what I'm saying, and I can't really ask for more. But this guy was all wet with his assessment of why I would be on here, and to think that I would dream of having what Mr. Hales has. And I can tell you right now, he wouldn't trade places with me no matter how much money was offered. And I wouldn't trade places with him. I don't want to walk in his shoes. Money is not my object in any way, shape, or form. He enjoys what he's doing. Our biggest difference is in how he does his. His style is completely different than mine, and so be it. We would always be arguing no matter what, because, like I say, he conducts business different than I do. It's as simple as that. I don't know how much simpler I can put it, but I don't want what he's got. And I guarantee you, he would not trade places with me no matter how much money was involved. If you look around, this garage is an ideal hobbyist garage. I have everything in here to keep me occupied anytime I want it, and it's my preference to be out here now in the house. Okay, I have a TV room that we just finished remodeling here about 6 months ago. It's very quiet, soundproofed in there, and I could set up in that shop in 5 minutes. Well, let's put it this way, half hour anyway. I could carry my stuff out of here and take it down there. If I wanted sophisticated equipment, I could pay somebody to come in and put a regular studio in for me and have as good a one as, but why would I want to spend the money when I can get by with just nothing more than a cheap mic? The cam up here, camera, I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been, I don't know, maybe $40 at Walmart a long time ago. I've had it a long time. It's over 10 years old. Okay, that's all I don't buy. I don't pay attention. This is a $9.95 mouse. Okay, yeah, see, it works. Uh, what else? Oh, I've got a splitter over here that I can use if I have too many cables hooked up, or and if I need a computer, I can go get it. I mean, I've got 3 sitting on the bench over there. 2 of them are in different states of repair. One of them I just got through reworking, and it's ready to go. I've got a new one sitting in the house that I bought. It was on special. I couldn't resist it. I bought it. Most of my computers are HP. They're very simple plug-and-play setups, that's all. And no, I don't add a bunch of software, none of that. I just, what's there is there. My TV is a smart TV. Matter of fact, I can, on my YouTube, I can transfer it to my TV and watch it on there if I want to. I've got a TV over here, but it's not a smart one. I can't transfer to it like I can in the house. Matter of fact, the TV room, I think I've got a 65-inch TV in there that I can transfer to. The one upstairs, I think, is, I don't know, 50-some inches. It's just, things like that aren't that important to me. We do watch TV, especially in the evening. My wife and I, we both have hobbies. We both like to mess with a computer. I mean, there's no 2 ways about it. Everybody does that. So am I worried about having more money or having somebody else's money? No. And I wasn't brought up to want what somebody else has. I can't really think of a time where I would idolize somebody for what they have. I was taught to be happy with what I was able to have. And I don't think so much about the things that I can't do, but I think of the things that I can do. That's my lifestyle. My glass is half full, not half empty. I wish I could give some of that philosophy out to more people, but maybe we'd have less animosity towards each other. And obviously I get upset when somebody puts words in my mouth because they're talking about somebody they have no inkling of me. And anyway, if they're around me very long, they know what I'm like, but that's it. I've had several jobs. The bosses that I worked for, I liked them. When I was in business, my employees liked me. Of course, everybody usually professes to like the boss when he's around. But some of the people came back years and years and years later and thanked me for the job they had or the times we had together. So I don't know. I can't think of something to change. Can you? Now, just because my philosophy is different than yours doesn't mean you have to get upset with me, because I'm not upset with you. Some of you that go on the attack on me and try to tell me I'm something that I'm not, well, that obviously that disturbs me a little bit. And usually I'll just dismiss you away from me. I don't need that type of interaction with people that are so negative that they think everybody else should be as well. Stations that I pick that I like are people that have similar ideas as mine. Okay, and right now I do like 2 Lees in a pod, because when they go out there and research, they look for the documentation or the eyewitnesses. They look for things that can back up what they're talking about. They just don't blow hot air out there. And a lot of the channels do that. They talk about things they don't know really too much about. They go off the deep end. The sky is falling sometimes. And if you look closer, you find out a lot of 2 opposing ends are a lot closer than what you'd think. It's like closing a circle up. The 2 ends of the string all of a sudden join up and it's a perfect circle. That's what you'd like to have, instead of the opposing ends being completely opposite out here in a straight line. And as they join up to be a circle, and when they hit together, they're no longer opposing. They become complete line They're on the same line, right? They are the same line at that point. So let's put the hate away. And for that guy that thinks that I would like something that somebody else has got, you're all wet. Sir, you can go back home and stew in your own pot, if you will. And I did look you up. I understand your philosophy. Your philosophy and mine are not the same. The only thing that you expressed on my channel was praying for a child. And you see, I would rather pray for the world than I would a child by itself. Obviously, I'm going to pray for the child, but I'm going to pray for a lot more than her. We are a planet of people with all different types of likes and reasons for what we do. And we should all seek the same path. But that doesn't mean we have to be the same. You and I would never probably agree on the different paths that you and I obviously walk on. And I don't want to say anything bad about you, and I'm not going to bring it up on my channel. Okay. But all I can say is we are different people. And I don't choose to be in your shoes at all. All right, enough of that. Now, the surprise of last night, boy, that was something, wasn't it? If anybody that was over there looking at that, a lot of people's names were named there. If you want to see what happened, go over there and look at last night's live, if you will. It's 2 Lees and a pod. You're going to be mildly surprised, but depending on which side of the program you are, you're going to be either happy or crying like a baby, maybe. I don't know. We can all hope that the day will come when the drama will disappear. Now, you know, the one thing I heard a lot on my channel was, if you guys would just quit, there would be no more drama. I'm thinking, my goodness. You want me to just stand back and let the cards fall the way they are, right? And yet it goes against my grain to the program that is utilized to punish, if you will, somebody that doesn't agree with another. And you say, well, I should be taking a different side, not the side I'm on, and you don't even realize I'm being as neutral as I can. Like I say, we have a difference of opinion and a different method of getting to where we're going to go. I think I'm right, and the opposing side thinks they're right. So as you see, that string is not a circle yet. Maybe the day will come where it comes together. I did notice a remark there about, and now I don't know how that meeting came out in Otter Creek. Some of the people that normally are there to film it, apparently either they weren't there or they weren't allowed to film or something. I don't know. As far as I know, there's nothing going on out there, and I haven't checked this afternoon or anything. Normally, during the meeting, there's 1 or 2 people that go live on the meeting, and it's just about like being there. So that wasn't the case. Also, I noticed. Well, I know we all we all get upset with somebody that doesn't agree with our philosophy. And there is a guy out there that doesn't, him and I don't agree with each other. But I do, for some reason I like him. I think he's been a nice guy. It hurts your heart sometimes when you wish somebody believe more like you do, even though they don't. Anyway, this particular guy, I think basically he is a nice guy. I know he seems to work very hard. He's a lot younger than I am, and I think him and his wife they sure look pretty happy to me. sometimes we get wrapped up into programs or people, or we get on a path that we just can't get off. I certainly hope that this particular guy is, I hope he comes out okay. Like I say, I really thought a lot of him, and I'm not going to say disparaging words. I certainly don't want to call him out, because I think he's going to have a good life ahead of him one way or the other. I just can't imagine him not being able to follow the path of his life that he has previously. So the Lord knows who I'm talking about. And I certainly will pray for him and his family, because they deserve to be prayed over. There's goodness there. It's just a different path that him and I have chosen. So, what else have I got out there? I don't know. Shout out to Thomas out there. I don't know what's going on there. Usually he takes care of the town meetings there. And, there was one that went yesterday, and he did put on his channel of the agenda the day before. So I don't know if something happened, if his camera broke, or who knows. And the other day when everybody was talking about Millstone's best, having his channel froze, well, that was not true. It's just a bunch of people that jumped to a conclusion because he wasn't on there in a while. But he does have a habit of taking some days off and refresh himself, and he comes back full blast, and he did do that. He come back, he's going full blast again. So shout out to you, Super Dave. Glad you survived all that. A lot of people thought you were frozen in the water, I guess. I don't know what you got up next up your sleeve, but I'm sure it's going to be fun. And good luck. I don't have a lot to report on back there, other than, like I say, I had a disagreement with somebody come on my channel and thought they knew me, and they know nothing about me, and I don't know, they didn't hurt my feelings. It's just that I'm not sure why you'd accuse somebody wanting to be like somebody else. That just don't make sense. But here's the other thing. No matter how much money I've got, at my age, what could I possibly do that I haven't already probably done? I mean, think about it. I'm a lot closer to the end than I am from the beginning. A lot closer. And yes, if I had a lot of money, it would end up in my children's hands. For the most part, my children are doing just fine, and they don't need what I've got. So, are you thinking that I want money so I can distribute it out to somebody else? Well, I think that everybody out there, if you want something bad enough, you'll work for it just like I did. At least I hope you do. I wish that our government would spend more money on providing jobs rather than giving away to somebody so they don't have to work. To me, it makes more sense to show a person how to make a living than it does to just give them money so that they don't have to do anything. That don't make sense to me. And it shouldn't be the American way. The American way should be give a man a way to stand up, or a man or woman, either one or both, so that they can provide for their families. That, to me, is the greatest goal you can have. And if you can save a little bit for retirement, then that's that much better. Well, everybody out there, my subs especially, I hope I didn't bore you too bad. And yeah, I got disappointed in somebody out there. And it happens, once in a while. It's not a big deal. It's their problem. It sucks to be them, I can tell you. They're bad at guessing and terrible at trying to be a messenger, that's for sure. If you can think of something you want me to talk about in the future here, let me know. I know I told you a little story yesterday and tried to correlate it to life in general. And there's a lot of things like that out there. If if you haven't ever had the pleasure of opening up a Bible, my suggestion is go buy one. There are a lot of stories in there, and a lot of them can relate to today's life. It gives you a good background for morals, reasons to have morals and stuff like that. I have a Bible that is dear to me. Matter of fact, I've got two. My mother, when I was in my 30s, gave me a Bible. Prior to that, I had one that was given to me when I was in junior high from the church. And, you know, it was a standard type like you see in a motel room. Had extra hardcover on it, and, you know, the paper in it wears out very quickly. But anyway, that's the Bible I had all those years up till then. And then my mother gave me this other one. Of course, that's been years ago too. And it's showing its wear and tear. But it's something you get used to, and you don't want to give it away. And it fits your hand. I don't know how to give you that feeling, but it just does. It fits your lifestyle. But anyway, if you want something like that, and I know it doesn't take long to read through a Bible. If you say, well, you read it once, then what are you going to do? Well, the Bible was made so you can read it over and over if you wish to. And the passages will change in your mind as you reread it. It becomes a new book to read, because as you read it, the understanding comes with the passages, and you can relate back to today's world, if you will. With that, I better let you go. I know that I may be getting way off course. Good luck out there, and may the Lord bless all of you.